Alright, so let's get this started. Episode 1. Got a few topics I want to talk about, but I don't know how long this is gonna last. Let's see, let's start off with. I don't know, let me check. So, first thing I want to start about is, well, y'all don't really know about this, so I'm gonna have to give y'all a little introduction. It's a little podcast I'm about to start. I don't know how far in depth or how dedicated I'm gonna be to this, but I'm gonna try to post consistently. At least I'm thinking every Saturday. They'll probably be going up sometime at like 10 o'clock, just around that area, like late night times. And yeah, it's just a podcast. You know, if you're interested, stay. If you're not, show it to someone else, see if they are. You know, try to get a word out there. Be greatly appreciated. Stuff like that's just, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. But first topic I wanted to go into is I have like this rational fear of like what happens after we die. Like, I don't know. Cause like there's always like the religionless beliefs like, oh, heaven or hell, and like if you're like bad you'll go to hell, if you're good you go to heaven, and all this sort of thing. But to me it just seems like, I don't know, cause I'm not usually not a religionist person, but like I like to think like if that stuff like ever did exist, I'd want to be going to heaven, like the forever damnation or whatever that is. Like, that's not something I would want to go, but like kind of keeps me up at night sometimes, because it's like, man, everything I'm about to do is probably going to be worthless in a couple years eventually. I mean, for now I'm probably going to try to live a life, but still trying to figure out if I want to live a life like based on something that happened millions of years ago, or just do my own thing and not worry about what happens after. Because who knows, what if like when we die it's just all black and like we don't even know that we're dead. But that's the scary part, because like what if we're just like constantly in pain forever? I don't know, I think I go too deep into it, because who knows, like we don't know if it's gonna be like if we're just sleeping forever. Because I don't know, would we even know we're sleeping? I feel like our self-conscious would eventually, well, we wouldn't even have a conscience. I don't know what am I talking about. We wouldn't even have a brain after a while. Everything in our body's going to decay and probably going to be dug up and put in museums. But I don't know. If you also didn't know, I make music. That's why I have all the stuff to do this podcast. But yeah, I like to make music. I wouldn't say that I'm that great, but I feel like I'm decent when it comes to lyrics wise. I have good punchlines, I think. I've heard I'm good from people who are around me, but those are mostly just like friends of mine. Sometimes when I perform against people who are friends of my friends, some of them are a little iffy about it. So I don't know if they think I'm good just because they're my friends or not, or what else. I don't know. But I have like really hard times like performing under pressure. Like, I don't know, like I gotta be in the mood to like freestyling wise. Like if it's something I already got wrote down and know by heart, I can do that no problem. It just won't sound as good with a beat, because I don't know, I don't really make like the music people like expect me to make, because I feel like when someone like hears you're a rapper, they're like, oh, if I ask him to rap right now, it'll be like a little enjoy me, he finna go hard, like he finna like get us all hyped or something. But nah, I really don't make music like that. Music's something to like, well, some of them it is. I think I like to break my music down into 3 personalities. Like, I don't know, when I first started making music, I went by a little green bean 696969, and it was just something to do because at the time I just rapped for fun. Like, it was just funny to me, and I would rap about the weirdest things. And one time they was like, bro, you should post this to SoundCloud, and I'm like, alright. I'm sitting down at the lunch table talking to my friend TJ, and he's like, so what are you gonna name yourself? And I'm like, I have no idea, to be honest. He's like, bro, would you name it something stupid like Lil Peach or Lil Carrot? I'm like, what about Lil Green Bean? He was like, yes, bro, but Lil Green Bean kind of sounds dry. And I'm like, at 6ix9ine, 6ix9ine, 6ix9ine. At the time, I really liked to listen to 6ix9ine, but now I kind of like, I don't really listen to him that much. And I don't know that either, because like, I don't know if I don't listen to him anymore because I just like kind of got old of his music, or like if I've just been pressured into not listening to his music anymore and like thinking it's mad corny. But I don't know, because like I feel like my music taste like really fluctuates like a lot. Like if you would ask me a year ago, favorite artist would have probably been 6ix9ine, but now my favorite artists are like, I don't know, I've really always like preferred lyrical music, but I don't know, a lot of people find it corny, so I kind of like expanded my horizons. Not to say that I like get influenced a lot by people who, I don't really care if people like don't like the music I listen to, because like, hey, they're not listening to it, I am. But like stuff like that, and yeah, I find stuff like that enjoyable. And then I feel like coming up my list is like Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates kind of be going hard too. I've been listening to his new album like 24/7 all the time, but I feel like his music's pretty dope too. And then artists I really like are like Nas. I like Nas, and I like Kanye too. But like people always think like, they're like, oh, have you heard about the political things that's been going around? But I'm like, man, music and their real life don't really matter for real, to be honest. Like, I would understand if it's like something really messed up, like, well, not even really messed up, as long as it's like, people still gonna listen to R. Kelly, and R. Kelly got like whole TV show about victims, so I mean, it don't really matter, I guess. I guess you gotta separate the art from the artist, but the other thing I'm pretty insecure about is I struggle talking to people like outside of my friend group. Like yeah, I'm really talkative, and I don't know. I don't really like saying I'm a funny guy, because I feel like that defeats the whole purpose of you being funny. Because like we're like, oh, we're supposed to take your word for it or whatever. But yeah, I like to think I'm pretty funny. Funny looking. Nah, that was corny. But yeah, just stuff like that. It's really pretty cool to me. I mean, I like to think I'm funny, but other people may not. Some people have different senses of humor, so I don't know. Humor's subjective. Yeah, I struggle with my words too. I have a pretty strong lisp, if you haven't told by now. But yeah, but like if we're like at a party or something, or I'm like at a quince or something, like it'll take me a minute to like adjust being there for a sec. Like, I'll have to be there for a sec. And that's why I don't really like popping up at places, because I feel like if I just pop up at places, I'm not gonna be adjusted to being there in the scene. I'm gonna be like shy for a couple minutes. Usually I'm like shy for the first like hour, and then like after that I'm like, screw it, like I'm not just gonna sit here and do nothing. So that's when I start getting to the party, into like actually talking to people and stuff. But I feel like I need to stop doing that, because sometimes I don't even be there for that long. Like I go to start high school, and when we had our homecoming, I really wasn't even like doing anything. Like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are like kind of afraid to like do anything and stuff like that, because they're like, oh, I'm too cool to do this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know really, but I feel like that's kind of just like, what's the point of even going if you're gonna do all that? Like, obviously you care, because you got dressed up to come to this stupid dance that we're having. It's not even really that big of a deal. It's just a big dance that we're having in a gym. Not even the like big gym either. Like, it's like the small gym. So I mean, obviously you care about it. You went there for a reason. But yeah, I feel like I need to work on that a little bit. But other than that, I'm pretty straight. Like, I wouldn't say I'm an introvert, but I feel like it takes a while for me to warm up to people. Like, if you just bring them around, I'm gonna be interested. Like, I'm gonna be like, oh, who's this guy? I ain't never seen this guy before. But eventually I'll come around. So it's not all bad, but yeah. What's another topic? That's a pretty good one. So I don't know how to I don't know where I'm gonna go with this, cause yeah, I'm kind of trying to be serious right now, but how I was telling you, I'm a pretty goofy dude. I have a lot of funny stories and just stuff like that too. Probably this first episode, it's gonna go a little slow, but after I get into the rhythm of doing this a lot, I feel like it'll get a little bit better. So stick with me. But I feel like trying to decide to show my family myself and personality is a really big thing, because I feel like they'll look at me differently. I don't know, you probably know what I mean, but stuff like that is just kind of iffy, because I feel like when I do open about stuff a little bit, I feel like my parents really don't not care. They obviously care. We'll have talks every once in a while, but when I mean parents, I mean my mom, because my dad's locked up. He's been locked up since I was 4, but we still keep in touch. We still have phone calls and stuff, and I visit him every once in a while, but he gets out in a year and a half, but it's all cool, I guess. I just really hope he don't get locked back up. Not even for my sake, because by the time he gets locked up, I'm gonna nearly be grown, so I probably won't be phased as much as it. But my little brothers, okay, so he got locked up when I was 4, so I got to at least see him a little bit. While on the other hand, my brothers are both younger than me, so they didn't get to see him for as long as I did. So I don't want him to take that relationship away that he could be building with my other brothers, But I don't know. My brothers don't be putting in the effort to go talk to him either, though, so it's not one-sided. But I guess you can't really force them. Of course, they're probably not gonna be wanting to go visit a dude who they don't really even see anymore, or who they don't even really know like that. But I guess I'm more willing to do it just because I know him a little bit more, and I knew him outside of jail. I can't remember much, but I remember little moments. I remember one time he had came home, and this is when I was little, so I don't even know how I remember this, but I remember when there was one time where he came home and he had a PS2, and I'm pretty sure he bought it for himself, because he ended up telling me over the phone that he was like, you remember when I bought you that PS2? Yeah, it was really mine. And I'm like, dang. Well, he probably was gonna sell it or something, but yeah, he ended up giving it to me because I saw it, and I was like, you got me a PS2? And I was so geeked on stuff like that. It's pretty good memories, but I have other memories from when I was little too. I feel like my parents told me a lot, because when it comes to stuff when I'm younger and stuff, I like to ask a lot. I'll ask a lot of questions, and once I get into asking those questions, I'm gonna keep asking them for a minute. I'm usually the person to hold a conversation when I talk to people. I'm the one always asking the questions. I like to find out a lot of stuff about people, because I feel like it builds character. But yeah, there was one time, and I know this one because I don't even remember this, but I just know from photos and stuff. My parents used to have this really big box of photos, 4 of them, and it was just a bunch of photos from when I was younger. And I remember going through them and looking at them all the time, because I feel like every time I would just skim through them, but every time I looked through that box, I found new photos and a new story behind them and stuff. And when I would ask about them, and I'm like, well, how do you know all this stuff? How do you remember all this? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna remember all the stuff that's happening right now when I get to my mom's age or my dad's age. I feel like I kind of struggle remembering stuff now. I don't know. I can't remember stuff that happened in 4th grade. I don't remember some of my teachers from kindergarten. So my parents probably don't either, but I don't know. Maybe they do. But yeah, stuff like that. It's just I apologize because I feel like I keep saying like stuff like that like after everything when I feel like I hit a roadblock in my speaking. But yeah, see, I just did it again. But I almost did it. But yeah, stuff like that. I'm like always, oh my god, I need to stop doing that. I'm like insecure about my looks too, though. Not as much as like other people are, cause like I know there's some people who like look at themselves in the mirror and like just start like crying and stuff. I'm not them type of people, but like still kind of get a little bit jealous when I go to the store and stuff, cause when I look for clothes, I only got like a limited option, which I get a lot of compliments on my on how I dress and stuff, cause I like to think I dress pretty well. A lot of people at my size, they really can just they kind of just find what they find and put it on. I know how they are too, because I used to do the same thing. When my mom used to shop for me, I was looking the same way. I had like the super baggy khakis on, like a polo shirt. I used to wear a lot of polo shirts because I felt like it hid like the shape of my body. Like you really, like I don't know, because I'm a pretty big dude. I'm bigger than a lot of kids that are my age. But like a lot of kids who are my age and are like the same size as me, they dress a lot different than me. But like I used to dress just like them, but like not in my grade now. But yeah, but it's like really hard to find clothes for me because it's like I'd always have to go, like say for jeans wise. Like if you were a skinny person, or not even skinny, just a little bit smaller than I am, because sometimes I'd be finding jeans that are in like 38, and I'm like, bro, like two years ago I could have totally fit a 38, but now I'm at like a 42. So I mean, it's kind of difficult. But like, so say for now, like every time I go to get a pair of jeans, it's like $80 at least $80 for a pair of jeans. And sometimes when I'm going shopping with like my friends and stuff, I just instantly turn into like they mom almost, because I'm like looking around, I'm like trying to find these deals. I'm like, bro, you got to be taking advantage of this stuff, bro. I can never find stuff like this. And I don't know, I feel like if I was skinny, I feel like I could dress like pretty well. Cause like for example, like if I go to Route 21 for like with my brother or something, like he could find a pair of jeans for like $20, and I'm like, bruh, it's a pair of jeans for $20. I could get like, I don't even know, I can get like stuff like that. But yeah, I think this is where I'm about to end it. Probably like 18 minutes. Hopefully, when I get a little bit better at this, I can get them a little bit the videos a little bit longer. But I kind of write down like ideas of what I want us to talk about, and then just go off upon that, just like little randos, and go off on whatever the topics are. But yeah, I'm probably gonna post these on YouTube. So I also got a webcam. I don't know how to like do all this stuff to it, but I got a webcam too that like I can record videos and stuff on. And I might put on a face cam or something like that, so it's not just like nothing. But yeah, I'm still trying to come up with a name for this. So if you know any names or like have any suggestions for it, drop them down in the comments or whatever. I'm probably gonna leave my SoundCloud, my Instagram, and my Snapchat down in the description as well. Probably top comment as well. So if you want to add me on any of those platforms, go ahead. But yeah, that's about it. See you.